something deeper? Like, should we go deep? When's the last time you cried?
Yeah.
He's trying to cry now?
No, I lost my best friend this year, so it's still been a hard thing for me.
I'm so sorry.
You made me think about it.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Can we give him a hug?
Wait, is that allowed?
Can we give him a group hug?
Oh my gosh.
Group hug?
So sorry.
I feel so bad. Get the tissues. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm so sorry, man.
It's hard. I'm gonna joke. That was my brother.
Damn, whose question was that? No.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy T-Zo back with another episode of
Locked and Reloaded. We keep the clips.
Hey man, we got a sad one for you today, man. But this has to be said. And like always, my father's a pastor, and he always told me, God only help fools and babies. I'm not a fool, and I'm not a baby. So go ahead and help me out by hitting that subscribe button.
Damn, whose question was that? No, sorry. I'm kidding.
Hello. Mildly uncomfortable, which is nothing against him.
Now, for context, if you don't know what's going on, this is a show called Jubilee. And what this is they're ranking men from 1 to 5. And women are ranking the men from 1 to 5 based on their attractiveness. In the beginning, before he said anything, before any questions was asked, he ranked number 2. I'm showing you this today to explain to you of why you should never let your woman know your emotional vulnerability. Never let your woman know your emotional state and your emotional vulnerability. As we can see here, the young lady asks, yo, we haven't asked any deep questions yet. Should we go deeper? When was the last time you cried? And the young man thinking about it, damn, I lost my friend. That was the last time that I had cried. And it got him emotional, and it got him to start crying again.
It's hard. I'm gonna joke. That was my brother.
Fifth, we have West.
And if you didn't catch that, he bumped the other guy. He looked at him. He said, yeah, I told you. He already knew. He already knew. Most of the men that's in there, I'm pretty sure they already knew. Like, damn, this doesn't show masculinity. Women don't want a soft-ass man. I'm sorry. Remember, this guy was number 2. And but because he cried and made it awkward, he dropped from number 2 to number 5. Number 5 jumped to number 4. The last number 5 jumped to number 4. And then all the women in there, because they're emotional thinkers, if you look at the face and you look at the expressions that they're making, it's like, damn, I didn't know this was going to happen. Man, stop lying. Look at this. Word.
Fifth, we have West.
Sounds crazy.
In fourth,
The only person you should open up to emotionally is your spouse or your partner. If you open up to somebody else, especially of the opposite sex, then
This is what men like my friends we call a panderer, right? He's the guy is usually single that'll say anything. This guy will say anything to get the girl panties. All of us got this one guy that we know that'll just say anything. Yo, yeah, baby, yeah, don't worry about it. You ain't pay your rent this month. And them people had put an eviction letter on your door. Why would they do it? They could have just put it in the mailbox. How do people gonna put this big red letter on your door? Like, that's crazy. That guy. This type of guy. And shout out to my boy from the Kings community, man. I have found this guy's page on Instagram recently during my birthday. And I'm not gonna lie, I was going through a little bit of a depression, I should say, that day. And me finding this guy page that day, I really appreciate finding his page, man. I appreciate you, boss, and thank you for uplifting me on my birthday.
So wrong. And it's part of the problem as to why men are struggling in relationships these days. Because this is the popular advice. If you're new here, my name's Harvey, and we help nice guys become confident, masculine men. And the reality is, if you follow the popular advice and do what everyone else is doing, you're gonna get what everyone else is getting, which is the highest divorce rates we've ever seen, and men being frustrated, lost, and unhappy in the marriages that they are in. And he's not wrong. You shouldn't be opening up to other women about your stuff. But you sure as hell shouldn't be opening up to your girlfriend or your wife about it either. And any man who's ever done that knows exactly why. It's an immediate loss of trust and respect, which are the two most important things a man is looking for in his relationship. For example, one time I lost my job, my wife and I were about to have a baby, and I didn't know what to do. And this man's advice would be to call my wife and say, babe, I'm losing my job. I don't know what to do. I need to be open with you about this. I'm really struggling. I know we're about to have a baby. I know we're not going to have health insurance. I know we might lose the house. We might have to sell our cars. I just don't know what's going to happen. And her response would probably be something like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? I was counting on him to have this job. I was counting on him to be a reliable man. Maybe I made a bad choice because this looks really bad right now. So now the question is, what is the answer? And the answer is, you should be vulnerable with other men. Because think about this, what's one of the biggest differences with men and women? It's how we communicate. How do men communicate? We fix things. So if you go to a father or a father figure or a good friend that you trust or a men's group like we've created and open up about a problem, the men's response is going to be to help you come up with a solution. And then once you have the solution, now you can open up to your wife.
Quick story. Man, let me tell you, I noticed something. When my girl comes home from work and she's like, babe, I'm having this problem with X, Y, and Z person at work. They keep doing this and they're doing it wrong. I tell them what to do and they're doing it wrong. It's like, well, maybe you should do this. Do you think that maybe you should do this better? And then I see her face physically starts to get a little bit upset. I'm just trying to help you fix it. You're going through something that's hard. I just want to fix it. She doesn't want me to fix it. She wants to vent. She just wants to vent. She had a stressful day at work. She just wants to vent, release it, let it go. So now I like hearing about my girl day. What I do is when she come home and she wants to talk, but at the end of the conversation, after she finished venting, I just stop trying to fix it. Just stop. On the other side of the coin, I have a friend. His name is Threat. When I first moved to, I was doing Uber Eats at the time. License went bad. I didn't have no money. So I don't remember what happened. I think he needed me to get a rental for him. And I was like, yeah, boss, I ain't gonna be able to get you no rental because my L's is bad. It's probably been several months. So I done stacked my money up. Like, I'm good now. And then he like, hey, why you still riding around and you do this for work with bad license, bruh? And then I stopped and thought about it. Damn. You know what? You right. Yeah, dog. What I think you should do is you should probably try to call, because we all have a lawyer that we go to. His name is Trevor. Shout out to Trevor. He's got me out of plenty of traffic tickets. He's like, yeah, man, why don't you get off the phone with me? Call Trevor right now. See if he can find out what's holding you from getting your license back.
How do men communicate? We fix things.
Find out how much it is. Go and pay it. So then that way you can have good license. Why you riding around with bad license and you have money to fix it? You fix your license, police can't do nothing to you. You're good. They pull you over, all right, and what? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Me on the phone with him, it's like, damn, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I got another homeboy. I got another story for you. Homeboy named Tommy, right? Damn, dog. I had went to go try to go get a house, man. I thought because I banked with my bank that they'll be willing to give me a loan. Tommy tells me, nope. Nope. You know what Tommy told me? He's like, hey man, listen man, I'm gonna teach you finesse. You go to a credit union because they have the lowest interest rates, and then they'll be more willing to give you a loan for a home because of blah, 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 whatever reason why. I don't care what the reason is. That's not the point. The point is,
How do men communicate? We fix things.
I had a problem. Here's my comrade. He has a solution for me. What did I do? I took his advice and I used it. Went to a credit union, approved. Let's go. I appreciate my homeboys. Now we have another young man. I'm not gonna do no talking through this. And this young man, he may not be on some of you guys' radar, right? He does cosplay, and recently he just took himself off of this earth. I feel like the people that did this to him are disgusting. They're animals. And I feel like if the law could get a hold of them, I feel like they should be under the jail. This is why it's so important, fellas. Have somebody on your left and on your right. Somebody that you could pick up the phone whenever you're feeling a certain type of way, that you could call so that they could help you out. Because me watching this made me very emotional. I don't like when someone is feeling a certain way and they have nobody to talk to that could just be like, listen, man, stop. We need you out here, brother. The world needs you. We love you.
All right, so recently there's this really odd story floating around about this guy named Inquisitor Ghost, who cosplayed as some type of cross between Call of Duty and the Star Wars franchise themselves.
Imagine Ghost as an Inquisitor.
Over 280,000 followers, because evidently some people he used to work with, specifically a girl and her boyfriend who I believe used to edit his videos for TikTok, started beefing with this guy. They had a major falling out, and I believe the girlfriend, who is currently 17 years old, thought it would be a bright idea, and I'm sure she partly got this idea from her boyfriend as well, as they were definitely plotting on this guy together to slander him, defame him, and label him as a pedophile. And as a result of that, as a result of all the accusations, the slander, and I'm sure the thousands of messages from people who suddenly wanted to believe that he was the worst kind of human being, this ultimately led to him himself on his final TikTok live stream, while thousands and thousands of people watched, including his family and friends. And you can imagine the response his loved ones had when they saw this. They immediately rushed to his place and broke through the window.
Popular cosplayer who went by the name of Inquisitor 3 tragically took his own life recently on TikTok Live following a slew of false accusations against him. His home was successfully entered and CPR was performed, but tragically his father has confirmed his passing. He was only 23 years old. His accusers are a 20-year-old man who we only know as Tito, this adult woman who we only know as Keegan's Mask, and Tito's 17-year-old minor girlfriend who we only know as AJ. Against Inquisitor 3 began in mid to late September when Tito and his minor girlfriend AJ began exchanging texts like these. AJ asks, "What the f are we gonna do?" Tito responds, "It's not a life or death crisis, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to keep flirting with him and see where it goes. If he starts to get, then I will expose him. We just need better and more proof." However, their attempts didn't work, and as you can see here, when AJ attempts to say things like, "I love you, date me," Inquisitor 3 plainly rejects her, saying, "You should ask in general if you can DM me." She says, "Oh, sorry, can we get to know each other?" Nope. Why? She says, "I'm not a minor," a lie, but he says, "I'm not interested, I'm sorry." AJ even acknowledges that Inquisitor had minor DNI, which means do not inbox, in his bio, and she chose to still lie. This is her messaging Keegan, talking about how they need to get more evidence. So at the behest of these two adults, Tito and Keegan's Mask, AJ then offers to start doing some editing work for Inquisitor 3, which he accepts, believing she is an adult. Once AJ started doing edits for Inquisitor 3, she, Tito, and Keegan's Mask began saving any and every message that read as even remotely flirty between the two of them in their campaign against him. But Inquisitor caught on to this and even started to call her out. He said, "I'm not a fan of the way you acted." Huh? If you could please stop texting me, you'd be very kind. Damn, what did I do? I just want you to see this. You know me, you know who I am. I never exposed you. I just want to talk with you again. As he becomes more and more wise to the accusations they're starting to make about him, she starts to act even more stupid. He provides screenshots, however, of her saying, you do know he's right? I got a lot of proof. He says, so who's this? That's when she starts to say, I didn't do that. Oh, no way. My friend Diana's on my account. He says, bro, get a life. And in early October, after Inquisitor 3 decided to finally stop talking to AJ for good after hearing she was trouble, Keegan's Mask led the charge and they launched their attack against him.
Here we have a young man that took his life because of a beef. If you're going through some problems, man, and you don't have anybody to talk to, reach out to the S Prevention hotline. Can't say the word because of YouTube guidelines, but please reach out. And if nobody has told you, I love you, brother. The S rate for men is through the roof. Thank you for watching another episode of
Locked and Reloaded. We keep the clips.
He's on fire! Then give me my theme music!